Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to make some of the marketing decisions. For this, there's a spreadsheet that I've designed that I use, and you can see, we made all the R&D decisions right in the software of CapSim. Here we've got to do a little bit of calculating. What you have to do is, for every segment in which you're competing, you have to figure out what the new price range is. Each segment seems to want 50 cents off the price, my understanding is. So you want to make these marketing decisions, and I've got this spreadsheet. The first thing you have to do is, for each segment, you've got to find out what the price range that was acceptable to your customers last round, and then you've got to subtract 50 cents from the high end to the low end. Every single round, the price expectations become 50% cheaper on the minimum and maximum area, okay, of the minimum maximum value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Capstone Courier, and I'm going to see what my traditional segment expectations were. Price was between $20 and $30 last time. 20 and 30. That means this time, but the next period's acceptable price, to make the most sales possible, I've got to have my price between 19.5 and 29.5. If I'm above 29.5, I'll still make sales, but not nearly as much as if the price is cut a little lower, okay, to the 29.5 stage. So what I do now is I'm going to go into the software, and I'm going to see what my different prices are. As you remember, all of my products were in the traditional segment except for Acre, okay? So this one here, Apple, the lower range from my calculation earlier on was 19.5 to 29.5. At $28, it's still going to be competitive. Now Atom won't be, so I'm going to change that to 28 or 20. What was the maximum again? My short-term memory. 29.5. I'm going to see if I can drop the price to 29.5. If I can't later on, 29.5. Okay, if I do that, I still get positive contribution margin. So see how I took all these products that are currently, in the traditional segment, and I made sure that their price was at least at the upper end. I could cut these further, but I'm going to leave this because you won't really know what decisions are optimal until you look at everything at the very end, and then it's just fine-tuning and adjustment. Now, for Acre, let's see what the expectations are from the Capstone Courier at that point. When I go to the low tech segment, let me see. If I need to go to reports here, file, I'm going to save this draft. And then I'm going to go into the reports, and I'm going to go into the low tech segment. Okay, $15 to $25 is the acceptable range last time for the low tech. $15 to $25. Let me just verify that again. Low tech, 15 to 25. That's what it was last time, but we lose 50 cents. So what I do is I go back into the spreadsheet here, and I go to 15 and 25. That means the new range is 14.5 and 24.5. Let's have a look at how we did with this. 44.5 and 25.5. Okay, this Acre is right in that middle of that range, so I'm going to leave it as well. I'm not going to cut the price on that. Okay, and that's how you make your pricing decisions in CapSim. The next thing you have to do is you need to figure out what's your sales promotional budget, which influences awareness, and you've also got to figure out what your sales budget is, which influences how easy it is to buy your product. If you consult the strategy for the niche cost leader, it says that you want to keep pace with your competition as much as possible. So to do this, we need to go back to the Capstone Courier. So I'm going to go to reports, and I'm going to go to traditional segment. I'm going to have a look here to see what my competitors are doing traditional segment analysis. Here we go. Okay, you can see everybody here is at 55% for customer awareness, 55, most of the serious competitors. And again, here's where the customer satisfaction score is. You can see all the serious products in this segment are all these down to fast. They all have high customer satisfaction scores. These are other products which might be in the rough cut circle but really aren't serious contenders. They probably are serious contenders in other segments and happen to have a few spillover sales in this particular in this particular round. So all the serious products are here, and you can see it's 54% is the accessibility or the results of the sales budget spending, and it's at 55% for awareness, which is based on the sales promotions spending. So in order to determine, I probably want to increase my spending to about 70% in each of these areas if I can afford it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the spreadsheet right here, and I'm going to go into awareness right here, awareness spending. What I have to do is type in the last round's awareness, and I said it was 0.55. You lose 30% of it, so that means I'll start next year with 36.85% awareness. And then the target awareness, I said I wanted to get it up to 0.75. So that means that I've got to change my awareness by 38.15%. To determine how much I need to spend for that product, to get it up to 38.15 for any product in the traditional segment, I go over here to 38, which is right about there. Go straight across until I hit the red line and go straight down, which leads me to about 1.6 million. Or in CAPSIM language, 1600, that's 1.6 million. Okay, so that's how much I need to spend on each of my products and of the products that I have in that segment that are at that much awareness. Now let's have a look here and see. Yeah, so product Able, which is in that segment, my promotional budget is going to be 1.6 million. Okay, recalculate there. That's fixed. Okay, I've got to do that, and I'm not going to do it here, but for every single one of these products in their segment, I've got to figure out, use that spreadsheet in order to figure out how much to spend. Now I will want to figure out how much I'm spending on Able in my sales budget, which affects promotion. Again, when we go back to the courier, go to reports, go to traditional segment, we can see our product Able is competing with accessibility of 54% from all the serious contenders. So we'll use this spreadsheet again. This will come up, and we'll go to for accessibility spending now, and we go 0.55. Desired ending accessibility, let's try to get it up to 0.75. So our desired change in accessibility is 0.2. When I go to 0.2 up here, all the way across the graph to 1 point, it's about 1 point, I would say 8 million. So that would mean my sales budget would be 1.8 million. Take that, recalculate, and I always want to be looking to see that I've got a positive contribution margin here for that. So with that amount of spending, that's what I would expect to get. That seems realistic to me. You do that for every one of these products. Figure out how much to spend on promotion compared to your competitors. Depend on how much to spend on accessibility to hit a certain target, and then you plug what you read off the graphs into this promotion and sales budget right here. And that's how you do accessibility and awareness spending, or as we say, your sales budget and promotional budget spending.